happy to be back home with my Indian Guru Bhais. And it's not that I'm coming from a faraway land or from some distant country. I think I'm coming from home. Because anywhere and everywhere, you go to an Ananda center, you enter the meditation room, and you find those pictures of the masters and those murtis there, you feel you're home. After a long flight, I landed at the airport and I saw Keshava standing there. I was like, oh, I'm home, you know. So it's, and Dhanji says, okay, just say a few words, but it's going to be tough. There's so many emotions, so many thoughts. So let me see if I can organize my thoughts. And we landed in Los Angeles, and the first day we were greeted by the Los Angeles Ananda Center by Dharmadas, Narayan and Dharmadevi, and they treated us to a great Italian meal, and we like instantly felt at home. And the main program started the next day onwards, and the first 3 days were dedicated to the Master's shrines. So we visited the forest lawns where Master's body is there, and it's an outstanding, amazing place. When you just enter that place where his casket is, and everything just stops. Everything in life, your thoughts, your feelings, it just stills everything. Just really, it's an amazing feeling just to be there. It's completely, and we sat there for some time, we all meditated together. It was just beautiful. After that, in the afternoon, this was early morning, afternoon, we went to Mount Washington. So the minute we got out of the cars and we were like standing on Mount Washington property, I said, yes, I'm standing on the same land as Master did, you know. I was like so excited and so happy about it. And you know, we visited the various places. The photography was not allowed inside, but you know, and Daya and Keshav had told us, go slowly, take your time. It's not like, just go visit the rooms and come out. Be there, feel the place and all that. So we went slowly, and the people there were sannyasis who guided the trip also. So we saw his bedroom, the place where he sat, his study, and the same furniture is kept there, and the vibrations there are like just beautiful. It's full of joy, it's full of power. And we saw the rose bush that Master planted, the mango tree from his time, the trees that he himself planted, the seats where he sat. So we sat on the seat, we used to touch the trees, pick up a stone from here. Oh, this is from Mount Washington. We were like so excited. And there was this wishing well, when it was built, Master had put his hand in footprints, and Yogananda's handprints were also there. So there also we stood there for a while, picked up the pics, and it's just beautiful. And the days were so happy. In the evening we went to Lake Shrine. Wow, just amazing. There's a lake in the center. Around that is sort of a hilly terrain on which we have the statues of Buddha, Krishna, Christ, St. Francis, and there are corners in the garden where you can just sit and meditate. It's a beautiful feeling, and Mahatma Gandhi's ashes are also there. That temple was dedicated in 1950. So now, this interesting thing happened that the lake was sort of fenced. And I just thought, I have to touch this water. The Master took a dip in the water and he said that this water is holy now. So I have to touch it now. How is this going to be possible? And there's no sort of paved step or anything. So we were all discussing within us, conspiring to touch the water. So 2 or 3 of us, we jumped across the fence quickly. We took some water, sprinkled on ourselves, sprinkled on everybody who was standing on the other side of the fence. So now everybody sort of got a little touch of that water. So we're like, okay, now we felt, fulfilled. So that day sort of ended so eventfully. So the next day we went to Encinitas ashram. And wow, it's like on the cliff, and there is this Pacific Ocean, wide expanse. And again, we were led inside the rooms, we took our time, we meditated inside also for some time. His bedroom, his shoes, the chair where he used to sit, the table on which he wrote the autobiography for Yogi, Bhagavad Gita, Revelations, and all those books. And those same paintings are there, those same sofas, dining chairs, everything has been maintained just as it is. And I just sat there in the passage and actually closed my eyes, and you can feel the presence there. If you think yourself in that time, you can imagine that Master, walking through the passage. He's entering his bedroom, he's entering the dining room, he's there. It's not that he's not there anymore, he's there. and it was just so beautiful. And we went out into the lawn. We saw his view of the Pacific. Just outside his living area is a small lawn where he used to walk, and they have paved that area, with stone that he used to walk there. So all of us in a line, we were walking on that. We are going to walk on this, and pictures are also clicked, and we meditated there also. And then we descended down to Swami's beach. The beach just below the ashram is called Swami's beach, on his name, because at that time it was called Swami Yogananda. And we picked up a few pebbles, we walked on it and really touched the water, going into the water. And the surprising thing is that all contests, events and everything in that area is known by Swamis. So if there's a surfing contest happening, it's going to be Swami's surfing contest. If there's a cafeteria, it's going to be Swami's cafeteria. So everything in that area is still known by Swamiji's friends, and it was just so beautiful. And as Dhyanaji said today, Divine Mother does everything. And actually, before this trip, the movie Finding Happiness was released. And during the trip and after the trip, I can say, found happiness, Wow, it's just too good. And Divine Mother takes care. Actually, on the trip, you feel through channels of devotees and disciples, we actually felt like that devotee, if you remember that story where the Guru places a lotus under the feet of the disciple so that he doesn't drown in the river. So this is how we were treated in the whole trip. All Ananda devotees and disciples were so good. I think, can I continue with my story? Okay. I have lots to share. Yeah, so we actually felt that, we were taken on a bed of flowers, a path of flowers, we were taken and guided everywhere. So the next day, we had to now leave Los Angeles with a heavy heart, when I was leaving Encinitas Ashram, like, oh master, you don't want to go, but you have to go, you know that. So next day we left for Palo Alto, which is a 7 to 8 hours drive. So that was a long drive, and we stopped on way. And in the van also, we are feeling, we never felt that we're in a faraway land, because we are traveling in two big vans with all Indian Guru Bhais. We all knew each other. We are talking about Swamiji, we're talking about masters, talking about the Gita, and discussing mundane things as well, Food was a very hot topic, Indian food, American food, Italian food. So all those things, happening, and laughing jovially, and it was just full of fun. So we landed Palo Alto that evening, and Asha ji is there to greet us with a big smile, and everybody is waiting for us. And it was so beautiful. Sort of stayed there for 3-4 days, and special services were conducted for us. Special satsang was conducted. The special kirtan was there, and we were really fed too much. Lovely breakfast, lunch, dinners, teas, and everybody really pampered us a lot. And really it felt home. It's like my home in America and my home in India. It's not like, oh, that is America and this is India. It's just the same. And one of these days we also visited San Francisco as a tourist sort of way. So that was beautiful. In San Francisco we went to a forest. It's called the Muir Forest. And that contains trees that are 2,000 to 3,000 years old. So you can see they are monuments for mankind. They are there, and they have seen generations of humans come and go. And we meditated there also. It's a beautiful natural spot, a small stream flowing through huge trees, a silent wind blowing through the leaves. It's like, wow. And then a little fun also thing we did in San Francisco. And then we have had to move on to Ananda village. I'm really shrinking the story. There are many small things which maybe I'll be telling you guys later. So now we move on to Ananda village, and that's another 3 hours drive from Palo Alto. And on the way, what we did, we played Antakshari. And we played Antakshari with Swamiji's chants, We would begin the next chant with the last word of the previous chant. So, at least try to do that. It's not technically possible 100%, but we tried to do this, and just the 3 hours just passed like this. We didn't even realize. And as soon as we landed, she was there to welcome us. Like, wow, yay! And Jayaji was also there, and so many people from Ananda village. They all came to welcome us. And then we were taken into the expanding bag. We had dinner, and then the days progressed. We were there for about 7-8 days. And again, we were treated to exquisite breakfasts, lunches and dinners. Someone is hosting our dinner, someone is hosting our breakfast. In India we have this Atithi Devo Bhava. And actually, this is what we felt. We were made to feel guest is God. We were treated like that. It was just amazing. And at the point we started calling the expanding light as the expanding waistline because we were eating so much all the time. Eating and having fun, meditating. And the beauty of the whole trip is, I want to say it here, that we all were meditating every day together. And such a bonding was created that is, you cannot create it by an outward relationship, you know. When you meditate together, there's an automatic relationship which is a very strong one which exists. Your hearts are one, your minds are one, and all of that energy is going towards God. So it's an amazing experience. And we were thinking at the end of the trip that, you know, the Delhi Center, Noida Center, Gurgaon Center, all the Delhi NCR people should get together many times and meditate together. Means have a larger gathering, because that creates a lot more magnetism, a lot more energy. So anyway, so coming back to the food and all. Okay, so we were eating special meetings. So we were eating, we were enjoying, we were meditating, having so much fun, talking and, you know, discussing, and but still feeling home all the time. And natural beauty of Ananda village is, you've seen it in the movie. So like walking there and seeing, oh, we are in the movie and all that, you know, walking in the scenery, it's like that. So, and special meetings were conducted for us in which they explained to us how the village works. The financial aspect of it, the fire department, how the water is brought to the houses, what is the housing scheme. We went to the school, Living Wisdom School, that we went to the Palo Alto Center also here. And they're very cute rules of the school, you know. The rule is be kind to others, choose to be happy, be a learner through your life. And you know, there's a long list which is like so good and so cute. And so we visited almost everything that you saw in the movie. So we went to the goat farm, we saw the milking of the goats. We asked her, her name is Virani. We said, okay, you now announce your goat. And she said, so it was morning time, so she had basically to collect them to take them for grazing. So again she shouted, your goat. And all the goats came and they followed her, and she went up and they all went to the hills to graze. I was like, wow, you know. One of our teas was hosted in a house which is called Gaia House, and there the interesting thing about her house is that the movie that is going to be released end of this year, The Answer, was shot actually in that house. So we were like, oh, we are on the sets of the movie, you know, we are those very important people. We can tell everyone that we've been there, you know. We've been with the heroes and heroines, because there were some people who had played the parts also. So anyway, that was also very beautiful. And then a special satsang was held in our honor, and in that, before that, wherever we used to go for lunch or dinner, everybody opened their hearts to tell us, you know, how they came to Ananda, how they eventually found their life here. So now at the Indian satsang, it was our turn, and each one of us told our stories as to how we connected to Ananda, how we connect to Swamiji, and so on. And then we had a house full. The Indian satsang, I think, was advertised a lot, and they have a big temple. It's the Hansa temple, and it was jam-packed, you know. Even people were standing at the back in the corridor, and there was like so. And again, you felt home. At the end of that satsang, one lady, the teacher of living, she said, "You only look to be Indians. Inside we are all the same." I said, yes, we are all the same. We actually feel like that. Only the body looks slightly differently. And that day, Jyotish, at the end of the satsang, he said, thank you all for making our hearts feel complete. That was so touching. And we could understand here, and we realized that what Master had said 100 years back, you know, that East and West are connected with a cord and they have to come together. And that's what we realized that day. And people were like so emotional, and it was like really, really touching moments. And then 1 or 2 days we had some fun. We went to Lake Tahoe, which is a very beautiful place in California, and had some nice time. But again, we were with devotees, so you know that vibration of Master, the vibration of the Gurus, the vibration of Divine Mother, that never left us even for a moment. So it's like a continuing satsang. From the moment you meet together till the time you're apart, you're like in a continuous satsang, day and night, day and night. It was just so beautiful. And words are inadequate to explain the experience. It was really nice, and it would be really good if any of you could make such a trip, because these pilgrimages are going to happen more and more, India to America. In fact, Americans are coming in October to visit all the places in India, and the Indians will keep going because the sharing is, you feel, actually as Jyotish said, you feel complete. So we brought a lot of memories, a very, very good set of memories, and besides that, a lot of inspiration and a lot of uplifted consciousness. So I think that really matters. We've collected the fragrance of so many flowers of the souls at Ananda, and I really hope that I can help to share this master's fragrance with everyone. Thank you so much.